Tonight's shave is going to be number 126 from the Nacet. Pretty wild. I think this is the first time I'm trying this brand, Wild West. And Private Reserve number 2 is the soap scent. It's got rose, black currant, lime, sandalwood, and cedarwood. My hope is that the rose is not very strong, that it's a partial player, and some of those other guys really step up to the plate. If rose is strong, I'm probably not going to like this one too much. The Sheraton is the tool for the job for this aging blade. This is a very scrubby and dense boar brush from Stirling, and he's scrubby. He's not yet comfortable, but he's not uncomfortable. He's not pokey or prickly. I've had him soaking for a couple hours. As I'm working through a lot of boars lately, my technique is just to let them soak for a couple hours before each shave because they're young. This one's only seen about 6 shaves. All right, splash my face a little bit. Unfortunately, the rose is strong. Let's hope it changes. I pressed it down into my lather bowl. This is a 3D printed lather bowl. A online friend of mine sent to me. There'll be a link in the description if you want to get those files, play with them, modify them, or print it yourself. Shake most of the water out of the brush. We'll start up. This, of all the boars that I'm working with here, about 6 different ones, this is the one with the most backbone. Okay, after just a little bit of mixing, we don't have a lot. A little bit kind of dry looking lather. Unfortunately, there's that rose. Come on now, other ingredients. Step up. Cedarwood, sandalwood, black currant, lime. I'd appreciate any of those guys. Put a 1/4 teaspoon if I didn't say it. That's how much soap usually I need, and in many cases it's too much. So I can put a little bit less in that and have all the soap I need for a shave. We'll see if this is if this follows that pattern or it's a little different. Just put about a teaspoon of water in the lather, and sure enough, we have seen some more volume. And let's go ahead and add another 1/2 teaspoon. Looking pretty good. Neat thing about these guys is they sell their soaps in 2-ounce containers. Now, maybe this is an old one or something, but this is this has got to be bigger, 3 ounces or something like that. But they're small. They're usually, like, take off the cap here, they're usually about that big. I've got a few more, and in my to try list, in my to try bin. And so definitely it's going to be a hassle to load these right from the brush, so you'd have to use some kind of Hoken method where you pull out some and press it into the bottom of a bowl. Not a lot of volume here, but I'm guessing it's going to do the job. Let's go ahead and add that last 1/2 teaspoon. So now we've got 2 teaspoons in there. Some of these tips have split, pretty cool. A lot of them haven't. It's where the softness will come in for a boar as it breaks in. Badgers don't do that. Boars do require a little bit of soaking before you shave. Now I'm soaking a long time because I'm breaking these guys in, but about 3 minutes will also do. And I just soak the bristles only. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah, dang it. The floral is just too strong. Oh well. A lot of guys out there like florals. I'm sure I'll be able to pass it on to somebody who wants it. All right, a little quick finger check. Oh, pretty good cushion. Resisting, squeezing my fingers together. I can tell that I just can barely tell that I have ridges in my fingerprints. Let's try shaving with this and see what happens. All right, splash my face one more time. And big tip, definitely fine tune your lather by either drying out your face before you put on, if you believe it's too thin, or if you believe it may be a little too thick, leave a little bit of water on your face. Well, if you want to smell like rose, then this is a good scent for you. It's really the only thing I smell. Sucks. Well, they all can't be great. Who knows? Now, I've heard of some cases where a scent will start out, and then as you proceed on through the shave, you get other parts of that profile. Let's hope that happens. Just getting some more lather. I'll bet this is a little bit on the dry side. So how about we wet my face a little bit. I had this other sprayer, but it's so fine I have to do a whole lot of sprays. This saves some time. Oh yeah, that feels better. Ooh, yep, that's what it needed. That's what it needed. And I can also just kind of spray the, but as you can see, I got some drippage right off the brush, which is why I'm not as much of a fan of kind of dripping water into the brush tips. But that's just me. Give that a try. Plenty of online guys use that as an example and method to use. So again, a little scrubby brush, lots of backbone. I'd say medium-high backbone at this point. I'm really looking forward to when it splays out and the backbone weakens just a little bit, and it does seem to be a little bit slow in changing, unlike the Smogs and Zenith that I have in my rotation. But that's okay, because I mean at some point down the road it's going to get nicer. Rose, gross. You're gonna have to find a nice manly scent to lay on top of this after the shave. All right, now 126 now shaves on this Nacet blade. A good bit of pulling here. I don't think we've got a lot of slickness. See if we can maybe try to wake it up a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is, so I put 2 teaspoons in before. I did spray my face just a little bit. Let's put like 3/4 of a teaspoon in. Just kind of whip it up here. Okay. Yeah, that's acting a little better. Well, either this shaving soap is just not all that great, or I just have not dialed it in very well here. I think what has happened is I needed to use more soap. Looks like maybe the 1/4 teaspoon just isn't quite enough, which makes it a little less economical than a lot of soaps out there. All right, because I've used up, that's just my first pass, right? And you know, I've got this big blob down here, sure. If I can fill my brush up with that, I think I probably shouldn't run out of soap. And next time I might be wiser to load a little more. Oh, this rose is just hanging out. It sucks that it's just so strong. I'd say it's a 5 or 6 out of 10 in terms of scent strength. Reminds me of this time I had Taylor of Old Bond Street sandalwood. Listen, to me, my opinion, it's like an industrial detergent soap hand washing thing you might find at a truck stop. Hardly any sandalwood to actually be found in it. And I shaved with it, didn't like it. Fortunately, I was able to return it. But that night, I had more work to do after my shave, and I just had to sit in it, and it wouldn't go away. It wasn't like your average soap where in about half an hour you couldn't smell it anymore. It just stuck with me for hours. It was horrible. This rose is just knocking me out in a similar way. And just now I did a rinse, and you could really tell the difference in this part that I shaved initially with the dryer mix. Big slickness difference between it and the rest of my face. So very glad that I added the water. All right, let's go back in. Smelling like grandma. Okay, switch to painting. Scent is not changing. Win some, you lose some. Oh, you know what? I've got some Sherlock. Chiseled Face Sherlock is an awesome manly scent. And I believe I've got some of that aftershave in my drawer down below. Performance is definitely better now that I've hydrated the lather better. Much better than that first cheek. this point, I want to get this rose off of my face. I'm not even going to do a third pass. Two will do. I'm going to rinse. Well, I didn't have my Sherlock on hand. It's in another room. I found something better. Hallows from Barrister and Man. That is some manly, awesome stuff. So I'm going to shake it up just a hair, just in case there's some guys in there. And I'm going to apply it liberally. Alcohol scent, kind of strong, but I'm happy about that. There we go. Ah, yes. Much better, much better. Okay, but here's the cool thing. That first cheek that was rough was not the cream's fault. It was not the soap's fault. It was my fault. I didn't hydrate it quite enough. Added more water, and I got a very nice shave with the rest. I'm really happy with this base. In terms of the base, it is a thumbs up. Very nice, very slick. Good rinses, creamy rinses as I was taking care of that. So looking forward to some other fragrances. I've got a few other ones from this same company, Wild West Shaving. And it might be, I think they charge maybe $8 for the 2-ounce little, they look like dip tins or something like that. They charge you less because they're giving you less. So in a sense, that's good if you're a person who likes to try a bunch of scents. And then if you, because the bigger ones, you know, they may take a few months to get rid of and to kill. And so with these smaller tins, you can kill them quicker, and then maybe pick out another scent. Or if you don't have this huge library, this huge amount in your inventory. Maybe that's a little model they're trying to see if people pick up on it and like it. From the looks of it, this is a good base. Very cool. And it looks like the quarter, well, it's kind of unfair because I'm not doing the third pass. I had to get out from under that rose. But, yeah, no problem. Had enough soap to do the job. I just hadn't hydrated yet enough. And so, what do I have on there now? Right now we've got 3 teaspoons in the lather. So next time I might try 3.5 teaspoons of water. Maybe 3 is a starting point, but be prepared to add about a half more. And I think that might put me in good shape for the next time I try one of these guys. All right. I was rinsing the smell of rose down the drain, and Hallows is left. Excellent, excellent. It's like a first aid kit for manliness. you need a manly splash like that. At least people like me need a manly splash just in case you ever get roped into a rose sample. All right, here's the Stirling brush after I stropped it on the towel, and we'll let it dry for a few days. With boars, it's good to do that. Give them a few days between uses so that they can really, the tips can split as during the drying as it happens. Told you that. Let's take a look at the Sheraton. As you can see, it's an open cone. And I believe you can tell it's a 1938 because it has the rivets here. It doesn't have any kind of covering plate. And there is the Nacet. It looks pretty good on this side because I've always put this side on the top. Here's the business side after 126 shaves. All right, between shaves, I just take it over there and set it on a hand towel. Then I just put another piece on top. Just pat it. That's all. No movement or anything. Just a pat. Lift up. Flip the razor blade over. Little pat. I want to get the moisture off the blade so it doesn't have any rust or anything like that. That's the only treatment that I've ever done with this blade during this marathon process. Here's the weirdest thing. The rose from the soap is punching through the Hallows. Maybe the scents don't conflict enough. Well, if you're a rose fan, you want something kind of darker and danker, a little bit more pungent, mix rose and hallows. Find a good rose soap and mix some hallows with it. Who'd have thunk it? I'm going to go down and find something else to add into this mix. All right, you know what finally killed the rose was Executive Man from Stirling. It was a balm, and I just lathered myself up with it. You might still be able to see a little bit of white around here, and it did successfully mute the rose. So funny that hallows did not. How about that? But Executive Man, which is an Aventus, I believe Creed Aventus is the cologne it's based off of, and I really like it. My wife likes it a lot too, and so it apparently can kill the rose. I'm happy about that. All right, I'm done cleaning up. It was a good shave. This Wild West seems like a pretty good shaving soap company. I'm glad I have a few other alternatives from them to check out. Watching this Stirling brush, this Boar, just slowly developing, slowly getting some split ends. It'll be interesting to see how many uses it takes before, if it ever gets softer. So it probably will, you know, it'll just take a while. All right, I think we're good. Hope there was something here for you. This is Sugar Daddy Shaves. Take care and good night.